Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome our student in our program Knowledge Bank. My name is Mrs. Iman. I will be with you in biology this term. First of all, I would like to explain the meaning of word biology. Biology, this expression is new for you. You studied before word science. Biology, it's a branch of science. Biology, this word, two syllables, bio and ology. Bio mean the life, and ology, it's a science that study the life. We call it biology. Let's start with the content of our book. We have two units this term. First unit will talk about chemical base of life. This unit have three chapters. Chapter 1, chemical reaction of living organisms body. Here we'll talk about carbohydrates and lipids. Second chapter will talk about chemical structure of living organisms bodies. We will talk about protein and nucleic acid. And last chapter in this unit will talk about chemical reaction in the living organism's body. Second unit will talk about the cell structure and function. Also, this unit has three chapters. The first one will talk about cell theory. The second chapter will talk about cell ultrastructure. And the last chapter will talk differentiation of the cells and diversity of the plant and animal tissues. Let's start with the first unit. The first unit, chemical basis of life. First chapter will talk about chemical structure of living organisms' bodies. We'll talk about carbohydrate today. Before I study this word, you studied before the meaning of, or the body, living organism's body consists of system. Your body consists of a group of systems. This system may be digestive system, a urinary system, reproductive system. Each system contains organ or consists of organs. Heart is an organ, lung organ, kidneys organs. Each organ consists of tissues. Tissues mean أنسجة. أنسجة الجسم بنسميها tissues. And the tissue consists of a group of cells. You studied before, cell is the building unit of all living organisms. Inside the cell, our work in this term about the cell, we will talk about the cell. We will study the cell structure, chemical structure of the cell. This part we'll talk about it in the first unit. And the second unit will talk about the organelles inside the cell and the function of each one. Each cell consists of cellular organelles. Organelles here, a small or tiny organ found inside the cell. This cell's organelles made of molecules. I think you studied this word before, molecules. Each molecule consists of atoms. In this unit, we'll talk about these molecules. What are the molecules that forming the cell? And each molecule consists of atoms. What is the type or what is the kind of these atoms? Let's start about cell of the living organism consists of two types of molecules. Organic molecules and inorganic molecules. What's meant by word organic here? Organic, such as carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and the nucleic acid. We'll study all of this in this unit. we will study organic molecules. But inorganic molecules such as water and salts. What is the difference between organic and inorganic molecules? This is very important comparison. Let's discuss together. Organic molecules mean large molecules that mainly contain carbon and hydrogen atoms in their structure. This is very important. Organic here mean بنسميها عضوية. That mean it containing carbon and hydrogen in their structure. This atom we call it, or this molecule we call it biological macromolecule. Let's discuss this word. Biological, that mean it found inside your body. Macromolecules mean big molecules. Organic, containing carbon and hydrogen atoms in their structure. This is very important. We can call it hydrocarbon molecules, or organic molecules. These molecules maybe contain oxygen, nitrogen, or other elements. But inorganic molecules don't contain carbon atom in their structure. Biological macromolecules. Another name for word biological macromolecules, we call it polymers. I want you to remember this word, polymers. Polymers mean large size organic compound that made up of small molecules called monomers. I would like to discuss the meaning of this word by using Arabic, please. العقد اللي قدامنا ده أنا بسميه polymer. هذا البوليمر big molecules consists of small parts, we call it monomer. يبقى كل حباية من حبايات العقد دي أنا بسميها monomers. The combinations between monomer by process called polymerization process. يبقى تاني كله على بعضه أنا بسميه polymer, big molecules. Each one we call it monomers. Monomer combined together by polymerization process. Very important expression. يبقى biological macromolecules. Another expression for biological macromolecules, we call it polymers. They are a large size organic compound. Do you remember word organic? That means it containing carbon and hydrogen in their structures. That made up of small molecules, we call it polymer. بكرر تاني، لو مولكيول كبيرة، لو big molecules بسميها polymer. البوليمر بيتكون من مجموعة من المونيمرز. What's meant by polymerization? What's meant by polymerization? This is a process by which the monomers are combined together to form polymers. يبقى البروسيس اللي change or make a combinations between monomers to form polymers, we call it polymerizations. يبقى أنا عندي هنا 3 expression: polymer, monomers, polymerization. The difference between the 3 words: the large size molecules, we call it polymers. Polymers made of a group of monomers. The process that combine monomers together to form a polymer, we call it polymerization. Let's discuss a classification of biological macromolecules. Biological macromolecules mean polymers. We'll make a classification according to molecular structure, the function they perform. We have 4 groups of biological macromolecules or polymers: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acid. Let's start talking about carbohydrates. الكربوهيدرات يا أولادي, this is the first biological macromolecules, big molecules. هذه المولكيولز organic. أنا قلت معنى كلمة organic إن هي containing carbon atom and hydrogen atom in their structure. carbohydrate polymer ولا monomer؟ polymer. ليه polymer؟ عشان big size molecules. طب يا ترى إيه المونيمر بتاع الكربوهيدرات؟ المونيمر بتاع الكربوهيدرات بنسميه monosaccharides. كلمة saccharides يا أولادي Latin words mean sugar, meaning a sugar. Mono, this type of sugar consists of one molecules. يبقى تاني carbohydrates are biological macromolecules, big molecules. When you eat a rice, when you eat a bread, this is a big molecules. The body cannot absorb all this big molecule. The body must digest it into small molecules. We call it monomers. يعني أنا لما باكل لقمة عيش, لقمة العيش دي polymer. لابد إن جسمي يبدأ عشان يفهمها كويس, لابد إنه يعملها break down into monomers. هذه المونيمرز هي دي اللي passing through the blood to all body cells. To all body cells. يبقى لما نيجي نتكلم على الكربوهيدرات هنقول they are biological macromolecules, polymers that made up of many smaller molecules called monomers. What is the name of these monomers? Monosaccharides. Monosaccharides, الكلمة دي mono يعني one, saccharides mean sugar, but saccharides here by Latin language. This including sugar, starch, and fibers. Let's discuss together the structure of carbohydrates. Carbohydrate, as I said, organic. That means containing carbon atom and hydrogen in their structure. This is very important. يبقى الكربوهيدرات هنا organic. Organic ليه؟ علشان فيها الكربون وفيها الايه؟ الهيدروجين. كمان containing oxygen. هنا بقى يا ولادي في ريشيو محددة بالنسبة للكربوهيدرات. الريشيو between the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Let's make a formula. This formula CH2O all N. This is very important formula. The carbohydrate has this formula. If you have 1 carbon, this carbon must connected with 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. What about this N? This N referring to the number of this formula in the molecules. The number of this formula in the molecule, I will explain that after a few minutes. يبقى again, carbohydrates, polymers, biological macromolecules, organic. Why carbohydrate is organic? Because it contains carbon and hydrogen atoms in their structure. What is the formula of carbohydrates? CH2O all N. That means 1 carbon, each 1 carbon must connect with 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. This number is different from one molecule to another. I will take a glucose as example of carbohydrate. Glucose is a monosaccharides, very simple molecules, monomers. The formula of carbohydrates is C. If you have 1 carbon, this carbon must connected with 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. This is the formula. In front of you are molecules of glucose. The molecule of glucose, as you see, containing 6 carbon. Let's count this. This is the first carbon. We will count from the right to the left, not from the left to the right. This is the first carbon. This is the second carbon, third, fourth, fifth, and this is the last carbon. Carbon here, the glucose containing 6 carbon. This is very important, you know, the glucose containing 6 carbon. Look to each carbon. Each carbon connected with 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. The second one, each carbon connected with 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Carbon containing connected with 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. It depends on here the number of the carbon in the molecules. عشان كده احنا كتبنا في الفورمولا هنا N، لأن بعض الكربوهيدرات عندها 5 كربون فقط، اوكي؟ أو 3 أو 4، فبالتالي number of this formula can be changed. يبقى بكرر تاني، the carbohydrate has formula CH2O all N. I hope you understand this formula related to what? Glucose contains 6 carbon, each carbon connected with 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Let's discuss together classification of carbohydrates. We have 2 types of carbohydrates, simple sugar and complex sugar. Simple sugar here, monosaccharides. Saccharides mean sugar, but in Latin. Mono, 1. Disaccharides, 2. 1 molecules. Monosaccharides consists of 1 molecules only of the sugar. Glucose, monosaccharides. Fructose, galactose, and ribose. Again, monosaccharides. This type of sugar consists of 1 molecules. Very simple. Glucose, fructose, galactose, ribose. But disaccharides contain 2 types of monosaccharides combined together to form disaccharides, such as lactose, maltose, and sucrose. I will discuss that after a few minutes with you. But complex sugar, we call it polysaccharides. This sugar has poly mean many. That mean has 3, 4, 5 of the molecule of the sugar. We have starch, cellulose, and the glycogen. Even عندي 2 types of sugar, simple sugar and complex sugar. Simple sugar, 2 types, monosaccharides and disaccharides. Monosaccharides mean this type of sugar consists of just one molecules of sugar. We have glucose, fructose, galactose, and ribose. The second type of simple sugar, we call it disaccharides. This type of sugar formed due the combination between 2 monosaccharides together to form disaccharides, such as sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Both of them are simple sugar. But complex sugar, we call it polysaccharides. Poly mean has many molecules of this sugar. We have starch, polysaccharides, cellulose, polysaccharides, and glycogen. Let's make a compare between monosaccharides and disaccharides in more details. Mono mean, I said before, simple type of sugar that made of 1 molecule. Only 1 molecule. Mono, 1, which consists of chain of carbon containing carbon atom from 3 to 6. I discussed with you a glucose containing 6 carbon. Here, from 3 to the 6 carbon atom in the molecule, we call it monosaccharides. Of course, a carbon connected with oxygen and a carbon. Example, we have a glucose found in grapes. We call it a grape sugar. Fructose, this type of sugar found in fruit. Galactose, this type of sugar found in the gland that producing milk. What about ribose? Ribose, we will talk about this type of sugar and when we talk about the nucleus and DNA nucleic acid, inshallah. But disaccharides, they are made of 2 molecules of monosaccharides. 2 من المونوسaccharides combine together to form disaccharides, such as, this is a very important point, take care. Sucrose, this type of sugar found in sugar cane, formed from the combination between glucose and fructose. Lactose, found in milk, that formed from glucose and galactose combined together. Maltose, found in malt اللي هو الشعير, that formed from 2 glucose combined together. يبقى تاني, الsucrose formed due to the combination between glucose and fructose. I can ask you, if the glucose combined with the fructose, what is the name of the sugar is formed? You will tell me sucrose. This is a type of sugar found in sugar cane. ده السكر الموجود في بيوتنا يا أولادي اللي احنا بنستخدمه بنسميه السكروز. Lactose, found in milk, formed due to the combination between glucose and galactose. 2 molecules of glucose forming maltose اللي هو الشعير. 2 molecules. As you see, glucose is a common in the 3 type of disaccharides. Glucose وفركتوز, glucose galactose, and the 2 glucose. All of this make disaccharides. We'll make a comparison between simple sugar and complex sugar according to its properties. If you have a spoon of sugar as a simple sugar and another spoon from starch as a complex sugar, which one can soluble in water? لو أنا جبت معلقة سكر ومعلقة نشا, السكر يعتبر simple sugar disaccharides, الستارش complex sugar أو بنسميه polysaccharides. لو أنا عملت dissolve الاثنين in water, which one can dissolve faster? Of course طبعا simple sugar soluble in water, but starch insoluble in water. صعب جدا إن النشا يدوب في المية. What about the tastes? Having a sweet taste, but complex sugar don't have a sweet taste. Simple sugar having low molecular weight because it consists of just 1 molecule or 2, but complex sugar having high molecular weight. Last part, we'll talk about the importance of carbohydrates. Carbohydrate is the quickest source of energy. تديني أعلى أو سرعة في الانرجي, أعلى طاقة بحصل من الكربوهيدرات عليها. كمان الكربوهيدرات stored in the plant in the form of starch. In animal and human, stored in the form of glycogen. This glycogen found in your body where? In liver and muscles. يبقى جوه الليفر والمصل بتاعتي في الخزان اللي هو الجلايكوجين, ده خزان الكربوهيدرات بتاعي. the basic component of some part of the cell, such as cellulose, found in the cell wall of the plant, and also protoplasm. This is a new word to you. Protoplasm here mean the nucleus and the cytoplasm. يبقى النيوكليس والسيتوبلازم مع بعضهم أنا بسميهم البروتوبلازم. داخل في تركيبهم الكربوهيدرات. Cellular and also cellular membrane. A monosaccharides has a role in energy to transferring the process, how the energy is produced. I will discuss that by a simple way in front of you. If you have a glucose as a monomer, glucose entering the mitochondria, this is an organelle found inside your cell, each cell containing mitochondria. Glucose go inside the mitochondria and make a process, we call it oxidation process. This process producing a compound. This compound we call it ATP. This is a prevision adenosine triphosphate. This compound that carry energy. This is very important process that happen inside your body. Glucose oxidized in mitochondria and releasing energy. The energy here we call it ATP. This is a prevision must be written in a capital A adenosine triphosphate. ATP. At the end of our program, thank you for your listening. I will see you next week إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم.